Lil Nas X says he's sorry to the trans community. Transitioning joke was a little bit too far. If you remember, this is the guy who who had sneakers filled with his blood just to own the Christians. Okay, it wasn't to own the Christians, but you know, I mean, it was, but it became part of it. But he knows that there's things that are there's only one true sacred cow right now in this industry, and that's it's the identity of being trans. You cannot make fun of them. And to call this a joke, in fact, we'll just put it on screen. To call this a joke is barely a joke.
I mean, he posted this picture of a random influencer and said the surgery was a success, meaning like, hey, I transitioned.
Because they look a little bit alike.
But honestly, if I were that girl, I would probably be pissed off. Like if somebody posted my picture.
Do you know why people are upset,
posted my picture and then said that he like transitioned.
The trans community is upset though because they'll never look like this.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, like no surgery can make you look like a natural God-created woman. No surgery, no injections, no workout plan. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Can make you
and people are upset. It's a sad, hard pill to swallow.
Women want to look like natural women, they want to look like Kim, okay?
Why didn't it upset them when Nas like did this photo shoot where he had this fake pregnant belly on? You know, like why didn't it upset them?
Because they can infer deeper meaning there.
Or is it because pregnancy and the biological functions of being female have been uprooted from the identity of womanhood, but having makeup and long hair and jewelry on and eyelash extensions is still included in the package.
Mary, pregnancy,
that's what it is.
Pregnancy for these people is a fantasy, and that's why they think it's funny. They have no plans to get pregnant. They've got regularly scheduled trips to the abortion clinic.
So then they're trying to
dodge.
Then they're trying to get away from and
Lil Nas
not
X
have happen to them,
being pregnant is hilarious because it's a fantasy land that they know is out there and they're never going to touch it. You know?
It says Lil Nas X stunts shouldn't be that surprising considering his history, and this isn't virtue signaling. I'm genuinely sitting here thinking about everything he was already doing and saying pre-fame up to now. And then they basically go into it. Says Lil Nas X gotta know when to troll and when not to. He's too childish. It's not about being too childish. It's about a group of people that can't take a joke.
I mean, Lil Nas X came up as a troll. He was a Twitter troll before anything else, before being a mainstream artist. And even Old Town Road, his first single, was a troll.
Oh, also I want you to read the tweet above the one from Reese. Read the hyperbole. It is the most hyperbolic thing you could possibly say in this situation.
Lil Nas X really pissed me off. Like, why would you subject a trans person to more violence over a joke that was already questionable? Yes, someone saw Lil Nas X's tweet and they were just like, you know what? I'm going to go out on the streets and commit a hate crime against a trans person now.
That's, because those people are following Lil Nas X.
Right, because they're aware. Right, exactly.
It was like what they were talking about with when Dave Chappelle was talking about Jussie Smollett and the people who he's like, these people aren't watching Empire. They don't know who Jussie Smollett is. They don't know it. What are you talking about?
What B-list actor?
Yeah.
He's not even a main character in the show from what I understand. Like he was, dude. It's such a joke.
But you know what will cause like hate crimes to happen is like tricking the country into thinking that a black man was nearly lynched in the middle of a
16
area.
Negative 16 degrees in.
Right, we agree that was like a real thing. There totally was no.
That Jussie is innocent.
I'm feeling this conversation is going to cause violence, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I would hope
we need to be careful.
I hope you guys are on the right side of history here. Like, you guys don't.
Wait, did you just say you're on the right side?
Yeah, the police are making. A hoax
if Jussie had like come out and said, I was just trolling, then I would be like, okay, I respect that.
I would champion him.
He stuck with his story, so I was like, okay, whatever.
I would champion him.
Live with the consequences.
But he did not.
No, and then now in this story, Lil Nas X has apologized. He said, apologies to the trans community. I definitely handled that situation with anger instead of considering why it was not cool. Much love to you guys.
Please don't ruin my life and leave me in a cardboard box outside.
Yeah. True.
There is no group in the world that has more lobbying power and leaves people more terrified.
But his first response, he pushed back.
There's
he
a
said,
lot of overlap between.
I think that his apology came after his management went to him and was like, "You can't be doing this." His management was like, "Apologize now, or we're dropping you as a client." Because his first response was, "I'm literally just saying that she looks like me. Y'all cannot be effing serious."
Yes, they are. They are.
And then he backtracked.
But then I love this one. This is my personal favorite. It says, "Baby, this apology ain't it. You need to apologize to the trans community in material ways that include money, sharing your platform to raise awareness, and just keep it. This is fake as hell."
Yeah, we're just gonna
just make sure to check off all the
it always
things.
comes
This is literally like
money.
during the summer of love when people started posting links to their Venmo and their Cash App, and they're like, "I'm black, send me money,"
Donate.
and we're just shuffling around our COVID relief fund aimlessly.
Hey, I mean,
this is social activism. Like, get off my ass.
That was kind of funny though. Like, just put it in your Venmo and your like Twitter bio, be like,
it's so
my Twitter's open too. My grift is real.
Dude.
If you want to give me money, you can just do it on Twitter.
That's what
give me money.
You should do it. And just be like, I'm African.
I could use some money. All right.
Yeah, just say that you're
I could use
African.
more money, please. You know, I can't. You can't just do this for free. Like, I can't do two. Look at this. I need more money. I'm calling you guys so you know I need more money. Just give me more money, please. Yeah, but you should do that. If you have Twitter, add your money there. Post your Venmo on Instagram. Post whatever. Why not? Just keep asking people for money, guys. That's how you make a success in this world.
If
Just
you claim
ask for
to be oppressed, especially if you say that you're like getting if you say you're unhoused because you're trans.
You guys remember the GoFundMe for George Floyd? And it became like the biggest donation.
Didn't they give like $1 million or something?
I don't know, but the guy who created it was named Kellen.
It was you.
So
was it you
not
all
me.
along?
It was not me.
That whole situation was hilarious because to me, as somebody who grew up in Minnesota and just knows how unbelievably corrupt the Minneapolis Police Department has always been.
True.
I'm just like, I'm not gonna shed any tears for like a group of corrupt pieces of crap, but at the same time, I'm also not going to post a black square or donate money to some person I don't know.
Well, it's like, to me,
I didn't post a black square.
anything.
Dude.
Virtue signaling.
I posted a white square.
Nice.
Just coming clean there.
Nice. That's good.
Virtue signaling does not help anyone, right? It does not.
Well, it helps the person attempting to virtue signal with their particular audience that they're trying to.
Like, if you want to help people of color, go down to your local homeless shelter. Go down wherever. There's a million ways to actually make meaningful help.
You're saying you need to be material about it, right? Which is exactly what this person is saying about it.
What?
About what Lil Nas X's apology. You have to be material.
No. How would he be material with his apology?
I don't know. I'm just trying to compare.
What I'm saying is, rather than posting a black square on your Instagram, go down and volunteer at a soup kitchen.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Like,
not be performative, but be actionable. Do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it made me think of what happened recently with Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
She's thanking her trans daughter Ruby in her not her Golden Globes, her Oscars speech.
There's a video, there's a model named Ruby Rose. So there's like Ruby Rose the actress and Ruby Rose like the Instagram model. There's like different.
Oh, I didn't know. There's one's just the actress.
One's Ruby with a Y and one's Ruby with an I.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So, Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, the levels. There are so many layers to the virtue signaling at this point. So there are the people who are mad at Jamie Lee Curtis for winning Best Supporting Actress for Everything Everywhere All at Once
Bassett was
because
not happy.
she is white and not Asian. Yep. And then there are the people saying, Jamie Lee Curtis deserves this because she's virtue signaling about trans issues.
Now we're just on the...
Meanwhile, Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter is actually someone who has a fetish for wearing diapers and pretending to be a baby.
I was so much happier 10 seconds ago before I knew that was a thing.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So...
I'd like to apologize to everybody that just had to hear that because I didn't know that.
Sounds like a very well-adjusted person that definitely, totally, deserves validation on the world stage.
Oh, okay then.
And you're totally an oppressed minority Yeah.
But beyond that,
big ups to you.
But it's not just that. There was also this story about a Japanese actress who had to issue an apology after activists harassed her for voicing her opinions that public facilities should be separated according to one's biological sex. That's not allowed anymore.
Even in Japan?
Even in Japan. You're not allowed to have that.
Or did she say this to a Western outlet?
No, it was on her Instagram.
You know, I like...
Okay, if it's on Instagram, it's open for the Westerners to see it and tear her apart.
Governor of Virginia, Glenn Youngkin's talking about this again, and I like what he's doing because he's just like, man, I don't care how you feel about it. Bottom line is we just need more bathrooms. And I'm like, thank you.
Sure.
I can't imagine all the times that I've had to wait in line for a public bathroom. But it's like, honestly, if you just had a bunch of single stall, like if you really think about it, like a large public area where people are taking dumps, kind of weird.
Well, if you open it
you haven't been to 6th Street in Los Angeles, man.
Bathrooms,
it's pretty wild.
Then it will turn into a situation where people use those to like do drugs.
That's already happening. Yeah. It's already happening, Mary.
Like, remember when they like all the stuff that happened in Starbucks?
In California, it's happening.
No, I'm telling you, dude, it is already. You can go to a bar down the road here in West Virginia. I guarantee someone's doing drugs in the bathroom. This highway is known as the heroin highway.
Wait, what? You think that people only do drugs in bathrooms in California?
What I'm saying is in California, they don't have the ability to call the police and remove anybody.
Oh, yeah. Well, Starbucks, Starbucks got in trouble for not letting people into their bathroom.
At least in this state, I think that doesn't apply.
I think if someone's OD, you can still call the cops, but...
that's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, you have to let them
but a lot of them
first.
A lot of them, it's just like they don't want you using it unless you purchase something from there, and that's considered bad now. Like you can't.
Who was it? I forget. Some influencer just posted a photo of where to insert a coin to use the bathroom. They're like, I would hate to live somewhere.
I just don't carry coins
to use the bathroom, and I'm like, those bathrooms are cleaner almost always.
I used to.
They'd hate Europe because everywhere in Europe you're expected to give a little bit of some money to the person attending to the bathroom and keeping it clean. It's like that's just kind of what you do. You tip someone to keep it clean because like that's what you're paying for.
Really, I thought that tips were less common in Europe.
No, it's not a tip on food. It's that's like an expected thing to pay for while you're in the restaurant. If they have providing like mints and cologne and etc. and any sanitary items and like contact lenses and just things you'd expect to buy.
Contact lenses?
Yeah, like lens solution.
I was like they just have like a list of like all the different prescriptions. You just pick your prescription out.
But like lens solution, etc. All your regular toiletries, but like that's what you're paying for with that 25 cents. It's just a minor version of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is this this situation with Diplo claiming that he's not gay but he has gotten a blowjob from a guy?
It is more beneficial in music in Hollywood now to be either sexually ambiguous or bisexual at the very minimum.
Oh, now that just happened? Damn. Well, I might just like transition.
It says,
I'll be right back, guys.
He says he basically said that he's not gay, but he has received oral sex from a man. I don't know why you tell that story other than because
you're on Emily Ratatouille's podcast and you have to embarrass yourself.
Yep.
It's mandatory.
Have you heard the Crocs joke, guys?
No.
It's a funny one. All right,
I love Crocs, so be careful.
Wearing Crocs is like doing oral with a gay man. Feels great, but when you look down there, you're like, I'm gay.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I wouldn't say
Crocs are the greatest thing.
Crocs
are the greatest thing ever invented.
You have a Crocs stan?
They're ugly, but I won't call them gay.
Crocs are great.
He stopped short of labeling his. It says this is despite the course of this conversation, he stopped short of labeling his sexuality, and it's just like what we talked about on Monday with Lucas Gage. It is now no longer beneficial to label yourself if you are a heterosexual person. You have to either be a member of the LGBTQIA plus community, or you have to just say, I'll leave it up to your imagination.
Well, you can be in the community by fitting the Q, questioning.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Just questioning.
You're in the acronym if you're questioning, and no one can.
That's not what the Q stands for.
I think it does. It stands for multiple things.
If it's is there QQ then because the other
sure
it's
you didn't even mention
it means multiple things
because 2 plus didn't.
I just always assumed it stood for queer.
It does. One of the Qs does.
Wait, how many Qs are there?
Many.
QAnon.
Well, there can be.
QAnon.
Dude, we should just start saying that. We should just be like, it stands for QAnon.
Yeah.
LGBT QAnon.
You guys don't believe Q? What? For real?
What a bigot.
Let's go big time QAnon. Let's get big time QAnon.
Someone called it the alphabet crowd, and I was like, that's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to say.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that right now it is more beneficial for celebrities to be ambiguous because it allows them to both garner support from a very powerful group that pays a lot of, I mean, I don't know how much money they spend in the industry, but it gets them a lot of social capital.
It's funny because I think there are a lot of secretly gay stars out there, actually. Like, based on things that Jeffree Star has said, especially, he says I've hooked up with so many like celebrities who people think are straight men, but they're not, and they like threaten me to not tell anyone. Like, there are some people that are still hiding their sexual orientation. Probably mostly rappers.
Yeah, I can see because there's way more stigma against that in that community.
It'd be one thing.
Lil Uzi Vert is over here like being a they them.
Right. It's so and like not only him, but like Young Thug too, like Thugger, famously wearing a dress after Lil B. Lil B did it first, which is a thing I need to make sure I point out. But,
okay.
Yeah, but it's that was done when it was acceptable. It was not.
Yeah, and then you see all the dresses to like these Met and these galas and stuff, like from like athletes and stuff. So I've heard it's not always like this closeted thing. I've heard it's like they're tying back to like their African roots and culture because like that's what they say. Apparently every men and women wore dresses in Africa, I guess, and skirts and stuff. If Diplo came out and said, "Listen, I'm a crazy producer. I'm a DJ. The road is wild. There's lots of drugs and alcohol. Maybe it happened. I don't know." But he's like, "No, I know it happened."
Yeah, it's weird.
You know, that's weird. Not just it. Remember, we had there was a story recently where he got accused of SA.
Diplo did?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
It was when we were covering the Nickelodeon. I forget the guy from Nickelodeon, the famous producer.
Okay. Well, this is Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider.
Yeah. This is like what happens when you liberate people sexually. That means the predators get free reign. It's open season for them.
Yep,
true.
Basically, like that's sexual libertinism opens the floodgates for all forms of predation as well.
It gives the worst amongst them cover.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.